Hi, everybody. This is Jaden Bax from TMG Avenue Financial out in the Calgary area in Alberta. Joined as always by my cousin from the island, Mike Parkinson with DLC. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, Jay.
Yeah, thanks for being here. We're here every week together, so happy to talk to you again. And so over the last couple of new to Canada videos, we've kind of gone through the basics, the income,
Yeah.
the debt, the credit, all those kinds of things. And so now, as you go through the process with us, and we start actually pre-approving you and getting ready for your mortgage, I want to talk a little bit more about what that actual dream scenario looks like, right? When you're actually, working with a realtor, either somebody that you know or maybe somebody who've referred to you, and you've put an offer in on a house, right? So really exciting time for any home buyer, eh, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, pre-approval is one thing, right? And we're going to talk about pre-approvals down the road as well, and what they are and what they guarantee. But this is when you get into the meat of everything, and this is where the lenders are going to look at everything and the property and income and all that kind of stuff. Even though we've collected documents before that, this is where it gets real serious, and lenders and the insurer are going to actually approve the deal.
Yeah, absolutely. And so you've actually finally found the house. This is your dream house, the one that you want to do. And so you're signing the contract. This might be the first time you signed it will likely be, if you're doing a new to Canada deal, the first time you signed a mortgage or a real estate contract in Canada. And so there's a couple different things about them. Pretty straightforward across the board, almost no matter where you are in Canada. Generally speaking, you put in your offer, there's a counter offer until everybody decides, yes, that's the price of the house. And then there's going to be a couple of conditions on that mortgage. And so normally, if it's a non condo, you're looking at a condition of financing and you're looking at a condition for a home inspection. And so what people don't really understand sometimes is they think that they're signing a contract and they've signed and they're buying a house. Well, no, that that contract is not a firm contract until we waive those conditions. So let's talk a little bit more about how we go about doing that, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, typically in today's scenario, if this was like last year, a lot different. When there's
Yeah.
multiple offers, things were going crazy. There was so many contracts that were called unconditional, where people just went in and didn't have subject to financing, didn't have subject to inspection, that kind of thing, and that was a gong show, honestly. So typically in a normal market, get a couple weeks to get your financing arranged. That what that means is it gives us a few weeks to actually get all your documents signed off, your income, your down payment verification, all that kind of stuff. Same thing with an inspection report. It usually takes a bit of time to get that done. So basically, that's what that 2 week, 10 day, 2 week period is to get everything done. And once it's done, you're signing off on everything. So it's basically you're buying the property then. So,
Yeah, you've made it a firm contract. And so,
yeah.
but yeah, and what we're doing through that time, like we'll talk about this more in the pre-approval one that we do and what that process looks like. But what we're doing in that time is taking all of those documents that you've given us, sending them to the lender because the lender sends us a commitment to you that they will lend that money to you. But the commitment is based on, XYZ conditions here. And so we're doing, like Mike said, we're wiping off your income. They're comfortable that your income is what you say it is. We've shown them 90 days bank statements to show that you have your down payment there. If you've only put 5% down, we might have shown them the 12 months rental history or the foreign credit bureau, any of those kinds of things that they're looking at to establish your credit as well. So we go through that one by one. Typically, I think Mike and I pride ourselves on having that process done very quickly because we've collected all the documents up front. We've kind of already looked at any red flag areas and we've let our lenders know what those are and kind of try and work through those together. Even though we typically get about 10 business days, I think for the most part it takes shorter than that, Mike. The reason that we give ourselves those 10 business days, if at all possible, in the market is that you just never know what's going to come up when you're going. There could be something that to us is normal, and for whatever reason that lender that week doesn't want to deal with that kind of file, and so we have to take it somewhere else and things like that. So yeah, and so once that process is done, and we've come back to you and we said, okay, all of the conditions for the mortgage are done. This could be a firm mortgage anytime you want, and the lender has committed to you that they're going to lend you this money. Then you can go back and you work with your realtor and you'll do what we call waiving the financing condition. And so basically what that means is that you've got that original contract that says conditional to financing, and you're saying yes, I can get financing. This is I'm fine with that. I'm comfortable with that. we always say that we advise and we won't tell you. So we'll definitely, like, we're not going to tell people. Always want us to say, can you waive finance? Can I waive financing? And we say yes. I think one of the things that's important to realize is that's not really our job, is it, Mike? It's our job to tell you where you're at in the mortgage process and for you to make that decision.
Yeah, and honestly, like once I don't allow, well, I don't tell people that they're good to go until my lender gives me firm in writing, typically saying that we're done with all the conditions. And as brokers, we get them on the back end of our sites, depending on the lender. It tells us, it updates us on where we're at. And one thing I wanted to mention too, Jay, is yeah, sometimes it goes quicker and sometimes it doesn't. Depends on the lender. It depends on how busy they are and how crazy busy the market is. Sometimes they're like we have underwriters, and then we also have admins to the underwriters that check off the documents, phone employment letters, that kind of thing. Depends on the lender. Some lenders are slower, some lenders are quicker, and it depends on where things are in the market. So Jaden made a really good point there about having a little bit extra time in case something come in. Maybe a home inspection came in where you're trying to spend a few days and adjust the price. So we have to get addendums for that, which you do with your realtor and send it to the, to get signed off by the lender. So it's quite a process, even though you're, on the pre-approval, like Jaden mentioned, we collect documents as much as we can up front. So we're ready to go for when you do find a place. But it's still a bit of a process, but it's not bad. It just sometimes takes a little longer than normal. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And so then once that's done and you're comfortable waiving that condition, and maybe the home inspection condition, you've gone on the home inspection, maybe some minor things came up, but you're comfortable waiving that as well. You waive those two, and now you've got a firm contract, and basically you've bought that house. And so we just have to, later on you go and sign with the lawyer and everything like that. But that is the basic contract process for buying a home. Very straightforward. I think the biggest thing and the most important thing through that entire process is that your mortgage professional and your realtor and your lawyer are working hand in hand. We're all part of a bigger team and making sure we're getting you towards the finish line.
Oh, absolutely. And one thing that we pride ourselves on is we follow up with everything, right? Like following right up to, to the lawyer or the notary, whoever you're using in the end, to make sure they have the documents, make sure they're correct. Everybody has everybody's information. So making sure the realtors send their information to the proper lawyer or notary. So it's something that we work together, and it makes the process so much smoother.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's it for this week, guys. As always, if you have any new to Canada questions, you're out in BC, give Mike a call. You're in Alberta, give me a call. You're anywhere across Canada, and you like a silver fox like Mike, give him a call. Or you want a younger, better looking guy like me, you can give me a call. But any kind of questions you guys have about this, always happy to chat and help you on your home buying journey.
Thanks, Jane. It's called wisdom, buddy.
That's it, buddy. Okay, have a good week, everybody.
Have a great day.
Bye.